Alright, as you can see by the title of this video, today's video is going to be about washing my car and how I wash my car. Now this is kind of a taboo internet topic because there are so many online experts out there that know so much about this topic. So first of all, I'm not a professional detailer, I know that, but I have done a lot of research and I have done a lot of reading online. And this is kind of my culmination of all my research of a wash that's not super 5 hours long, in-depth, time-consuming, but is also not a 5-minute wash that destroys my paint. So this is how I wash my car. If you have any differences in how you wash your car, comment below. So, we are not going to be using these three products today, but I figured I'd mention them anyway. These are what I use to clean my interior. The Chemical Guys leather cleaner works really well. The Sonax upholstery and Alcantara cleaner is the only stuff I really trust on my Alcantara. It's like soap, basically. Spray it out onto a microfiber and then you just wipe down the seat. It's really easy, after you vacuum, of course. And then the leather conditioner, I'm honestly not sure if this does anything, but it came with the leather cleaner, so I put it on just because it makes me feel better about cleaning the leather. Alright, now we get into the good stuff, the exterior wash stuff, the stuff that people do often. We start out with this. This is actually a recent purchase of mine, so you don't need a power washer to wash your car well. This will actually be my second wash using this power washer. So I've done it for a while without a power washer. This is a recent addition. Don't feel like you need a power washer to be successful when you're cleaning your car. Now, if you take nothing else away from this video, it's this. And if you didn't know this, now you know. Do not put your wash mitts on the ground. They pick up all sorts of stuff that you can't see, and it stays in there forever because they're made out of microfiber material. Now, if you notice, this one's really dirty. That one is clean. This used to be a paint wash mitt, as you can see. It actually says drivers wanted. I'm pretty sure this came new with my dad's Passat in 2003. So that one is old. So I would not touch paint with that. My wheels are a satin finish. I'm not worried about messing that up. So I use this on my wheels with a separate wheel bucket. Now the reason is brake dust particles are sharp, and if they get on your paint, they can swirl your paint. So I keep my wheel stuff separate from my paint stuff. Now over here, I have a different kind of wash mitt just because this is what was on Amazon. I don't really have a reasoning behind using this one besides that it was kind of the medium price one on Amazon, and we all know that's the best deal. So this is my wash bucket. This is my rinse bucket. I fill this one up, and so let's say I have this all soapy and I go and wipe down the car over here. I come back and I rinse it in this bucket just to get some of the dirt off, and then I'll dip it back in the soap and go back to the car. If you don't have a power washer, I would highly recommend picking up one of these. Basically what it is it attaches to the nozzle that comes with it via quick release, and when you squeeze the trigger, it sprays out a mix of foam and water onto your car. It's kind of like extra soap. It just adds extra lubrication for the dirt on there so you don't scratch your car as much. These are like 30-40 bucks on Amazon. I would highly recommend picking them up. I got the Chemical Guys one because I like Chemical Guys. I'm not really affiliated with any brands, but I like Chemical Guys stuff. This one's kind of junk though because this leaks since I got it new and I was too lazy to return it. I should have just returned it and got a new one. So this is what I use now. It's essentially the same thing, only it plugs into the power washer back here. Same exact concept, it just shoots a layer of foam on the car, or soapy foam on the car, and that makes your paint less likely to scratch. I got this off of Amazon, so did that. I'll put the links in the description to all the stuff that I use. This stuff seems like an industry standard at this point. This is the Chemical Guys Honeydew Snow Foam Auto Wash. This works with both the hose attachment and this guy. Really happy with this. I'm probably going to buy a gallon of this. All of my friends that detail use this stuff. It's good. Another thing to note is that my car is actually coated in Car Pro Hydro 2. That's a silica coating that goes on your paint. There's a video of us applying it. I believe it's up there. And that stuff works really well. It makes all the dirt come off the paint, and it makes washing so much easier. The only problem is the soap doesn't stay on the paint because it's so hydrophobic. Now, if you don't want to go with Car Pro or you don't have a power washer, you can get this stuff. It's called Sonax Polymer Net Shield. Sonax and Chemical Guys products are mostly what I use just because that's what my friend Chris recommends, and he's a detailing guy, so I trust him. This stuff is really good. Basically what you do is you spray it on a cloth, you wipe the paint, and then you wipe it off the paint, and that creates kind of a hydrophobic surface as well. No camera tricks here, this just makes that many suds, watch. Little drop or two. See all that? That's it, that's all I put in there. This bottle has lasted me all summer and I still have about half of it left. Watch this. And now we're full of bubbles from that little bit of car wash. That's why you buy that stuff. Also, just to prove my point about how well this hydro stuff and the polymer net shield works, this is a dirty car that I'm spraying. Watch the bead. See that? That's on a dirty car. Now imagine that on a clean car. You'll see it in a second, but I mean, just all comes off. Would highly recommend this stuff. Now we have our mix of honeydew and water in here. We're gonna throw it on the pressure washer and foam the car, and then we're gonna immediately wipe it down. So I got my bucket over there full of soap and my wash mitt all ready to go. I'm gonna go a couple sections at a time because even though this stuff is super thick, the coating on my car makes all the soap come off. So I'm gonna go a section at a time to make sure I still have a lot of soap on there to provide some extra lubrication to make sure the paint stays good. Alright, so now we have the foam on the car. All we gotta do is grab our wash mitt. Top to bottom also works really well for this because you're essentially taking the dirt and moving it downwards with the foam. Now notice I'm also going in side to side motions. It's a really simple way to prevent swirls from getting in your car, because even if something is caught in your wash mitt, it's gonna make a straight line scratch instead of keeping going around and around and around. Now while I have a little soap down here, I'm also gonna go ahead and clean the tips out, because even though I put this exhaust on last week, if you can prevent the buildup, then it'll never occur. Once you've used the mitt on the whole car, it's just a question of rinsing the soap off and getting it dry. Also, as a testament to how efficient the honeydew is, I use that much for the entire car. So this should be like 2 more washes in here for that little amount. I put like 2 squeezes of the bottle in here. That's why it lasts so long. So I'm probably gonna buy a gallon just because it's cheaper, but if you are in a pinch or on a budget, I would highly recommend buying that 16-ounce bottle. It'll last you a while. Now that I'm done washing, the next step is drying. Now I see a lot of people that don't dry their cars, they just let it air dry. That's how you get water spots. Unless you have perfectly clean water, some sort of sediment is gonna build up and make spots on your car, and it's gonna look bad. So dry your cars, people. Now, in order to dry my car, I have this big microfiber that works really well. It's specifically a drying cloth. But recently, since I've gotten my car coated, I've been using a leaf blower. 1, because I put so much work into correcting the paint that I'm trying not to scratch it as much as I can. And 2, because it's actually efficient with the coating on there. As soon as wind touches it, the water just shoots right off. So I'll do a once over with the leaf blower, try to get the water out of the cracks and, you know, in the wheels and stuff like that. And then I'll go back with the cloth and wipe down the car real quick. It works really well, and it's super simple, and I mean, it's not the most environmentally friendly way to go, but it's the most paint friendly way to go. Now we'll come back in with the cloth and just give it a quick once over. Make sure it's nice and dry and no water spots. And this way I'm not, you know, really scrubbing the car, trying to make it dry. I'm just getting the spots that are left over. It's pretty simple, really easy. Really efficient too, because you don't really have to wring out the cloth because there's not that much water on your car. So let's check the final product. All right, basically as soon as I got to the meet yesterday, it dumped rain. So yeah, you guys, I'm sure you know, if you wash your car, it's definitely gonna rain right afterwards. So yeah, that's how I wash my car. There is one product I haven't talked about. I didn't use this in this video, but it's the Chemical Guys Silk Shine Dressing. If you're looking for a tire shine that isn't glossy and ricey and look awful, buy that stuff. It looks great. It's satin, it goes on smooth, and it doesn't fling all over the car, which is nice. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. I changed that up. Did anybody catch that? I said in the next one instead of in the next video. That feels weird.